After claiming he was racially profiled during a traffic stop and arrest, a McKinney councilman officially received a reprimand from the city council. In fact, Lashady and Shemwell actually voted to censure himself during tonight's meeting. He says it doesn't change how he feels about the arrest, a video of which was released to the public, but he says he sees this as a way to move forward. Some of his supporters don't see it that way. Fox 4's Allison Harris was at the city council session tonight. Allison.
Steve, again tonight we heard from people who are very passionate, either in their support of Shemwell or saying McKinney is a racist city, that this is a problem here, or people who want to see him disciplined. City council members reminded the public tonight that the decision to discipline him is based on whether he violated the city charter, and it is not a racial issue.
I make a motion to approve the resolution of censure.
In a surprising move, McKinney City Councilman Lashady and Shemwell motioned to discipline himself for violating city charter by directing a city employee to act. In this case, telling the officer writing him tickets to call the police chief.
You better call Chief Conley. Step out of the vehicle. You better call Chief Conley.
Shemwell says he was not speeding, but was instead racially profiled by the McKinney officer who pulled him over May 8th. Shemwell argued with the officer and refused to sign tickets for speeding and having an outdated address on his license, leading to his arrest.
I'm sorry for the drama that has led us here tonight. And on May 8th, I found myself fed up and frustrated at what I felt was another unnecessary and unwarranted traffic stop.
I'm going to talk to Chief Conley because you're out of line.
Shemwell now says his comments were interpreted to suggest that officer acted with racially motivated intentions, and for that, he apologizes.
I don't think this helps the cause that I know this councilman holds dear to his heart. If anything, I think it hurts it.
An activist threatened council if they did vote to discipline Shemwell.
I promise you in the morning, some of you council members are going to have some information going through the news media. And I promise you, we will protest here in the city of McKinney.
By God, if there's things that you know of that someone is doing wrong on council, it is your duty to put it out, and not as a threat that is ridiculous, absurd, and fairly disgusting.
Council voted 6-1 to approve censoring Shemwell, basically a public statement of disapproval.
I'm all for racial discussion, but false narratives, they're not the way to do it.
We asked Shemwell if he still feels he was racially profiled and whether this was a false narrative.
I have no further comment on this part of it. I think we've sparked a conversation that needs to be had and needed to be had for some years now, and so that we can turn something positive out of this negative.
Shemwell says there is no need for protests.
Message: I apologize to Officer Wilkerson, Chief Conley, and the McKinney Police Department.
Shemwell says he wants to put all of this behind him, but he still has to deal with those 2 citations and his arrest. He says that will play out in court.